Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for October 20th to 26th of 2024. So our quote for the week says, "It's time to think in practical ways, feel in soulful ways, and live in natural ways." Now, that might not be the message in the social collective, but that is the higher message from above and below. Our sources that sustain us, earth and sky, is telling us to get back to the basics and to be more natural about it. And to learn some of those practices and ways to stay connected to the earth and our ancestors. Cracking the Ancestral Code is underway. We're almost up to the third class. We do have replays and you get lifetime access to the classroom. And it's such an amazing, transformative journey that we go on every fall. So if this year it's not working out for you, we will do it again next year. Join us when and where you can. But our week is short and sweet, honey, which basically means next week's going to be pretty intense. So let's just take it where we can get it and know that we have 3 activations, 2 of which are on the 22nd, which is Tuesday. Starting with Mercury trining Saturn. This is Mercury in Scorpio to Saturn in Pisces. So there's this ease and grace with that water energy. Mercury's your thinking, Saturn's more about structure and organization. This energy is good for deep thinking. You are sharp and your standards are high because you are in strategy mode. This is a more solitary energy though, so communications with others may be hampered a bit because it's time for you to hold your own at some new level. It's time to focus on the details that hold the big dream together, all the little things that make the grand vision work. Some folks respect that attention to detail, while others may consider it nitpicky, but it is what the energy supports at this time, so don't worry if other folks don't understand what you're going through. By the same token, you may also feel a little overwhelmed by the many little things that cannot be denied or delayed, and thus there is a sense of urgency to get it all done. Beware of a tendency toward pessimism, depression, or overwhelm. Try to stay focused on all the blessings that you do have and all that you have accomplished instead of what's still on the list of things to do in life. This energy is not intended to make you feel bad about the things left yet to do, but encourage you to begin the necessary steps for manifesting your dreams. This energy just makes you focus on the practical side of manifesting. Clear the debris and begin to lay a new, clean, solid foundation beneath your goals. Saturn gets you present to the necessary steps, and Mercury helps you think clearly. And in these water signs, you're going for what feels right. What is your intuition and your psychic, intuitive, empathic nature telling you right now is real or the right way to go or the next creative project. Or with Mercury, it's your ideas, thoughts, and concepts. With Saturn, we're trying to make something real or give them a structure of some kind, give them a container. Some people are birthing websites or writing books or, those are your containers for your ideas. And so this ease and grace may be that the creativity is flowing. I know it is for me over here because I'm cranking out 25 and 26 already. This is what I do in the last quarter of the year while I'm down with the ancestors. They tell me what to do for the new year and I start putting it together for you. And that's what I'm up to. So this energy totally supports what I'm trying to do. Same day, while we're having this ease and grace with our mind, Sun is squaring off with Pluto, so there's also another aspect of self that is going to have to transform. Sun lights it up. It's the energy and fuel and focus where we direct the energy at this time, what it's lighting up for us. In Scorpio is squaring off with Pluto, which just arrived at Aquarius. So this is a whole new vibe. We're coming out of 16 years of Sun moving through Aries Libra and challenging Pluto in Capricorn. Now it's going to move through Taurus Scorpio and challenge Pluto in Aquarius. So this is a whole new ball game. And this year we are warming up to kick it off once and for all in 2025. This is a challenge to grow out of your comfort zone and into new territory because it's a square. It's a 90-degree angle. It actually stabilizes things and allows us to step up and out of a situation. But it also represents a kind of dead end where we hit the wall and we have to choose left or right. We have to go in a new direction. We have to make a new choice. We have to change something to be successful or to get moving again. Sun's lighting it up. Pluto's helping us change it. And then you have to think about Pluto as a long-term, slow-cooking back burner process, subconscious process. This is the underworld, things that happen behind the scenes, not super obvious. So while it moves through Aquarius, which it only moves like 2 to 3 degrees a year, so it's going to move very slowly over the next 20 years to get us through Aquarius. That said, with Pluto in Aquarius, 2024 to 2044, twice a year for the next 20 years, when Sun is in Taurus late spring and Scorpio late fall, like now, we will get an opportunity to grow and change in the self-value, self-worth departments, as well as our individuality within the community where we make our unique contribution. Pluto is transforming all of that, and we are only at the beginning of a process of personal evolution that is great to co-create with biannually or twice a year. In this case, during these years, we are literally changing how we do all of this. So Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo Aquarius are on deck for evolution. Those departments of our lives, we all have it somewhere. Then if you have planets there, then you really have to think about what Pluto is transforming and transcending and transmuting for you personally. Sun helps us clarify, and when working with Pluto, it is usually what is not working, what has run its course, and is ready to be composted into new life, new growth, and a new direction for self. Pluto is the purifier, distilling things back to their true and original essence. Fight that, and it can be painful. Work with it consciously, and it can be transformative. And it will heal at the deepest root of any challenge. Pluto's going to the soul level. We go to the very core essence of things when we're working with Pluto or Scorpio. You can use this activation to honor that which has become obvious or is highlighted in the here and now and purge or purify this energy. You are deeply supported for releasing old patterns and setting new conscious practices into action. Tie up any loose ends, close multiple chapters, mourn if you must, and move on. As you do that, you will feel lighter and brighter and more grounded in your true self, your evolved self. Deep breath, okay? There's an evolution getting underway here with Pluto and Aquarius that's changing out the world, right? Globally, we're going to find out the toxic side of technology and humanity trying to blend so much. We're not supposed to blend this much. It's supposed to be a tool, and we are still supposed to stay connected to the earth. The minute we disconnect from mama like that, we lose our life force. Then we are dependent on machines. That is not what I'm here for. I just got to tell you. I came to Earth to have an earthly experience, not to have some other alien experience. But that's what's coming down the pike. We have many, many years of the social collective dancing under the theme of air signs, which is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. So we're going to be all up in our upper chakras and our consciousness and our ideas and ideals, which are pretty intangible. But that's where the agreed upon value is going to be. And so for us dinosaurs that came from the last 200 years of earth energy and being in the body and being on the ground, it's a whole different frequency. And so we're all going to have to shift a little something to navigate this next 20 years. But by the same token, most of my crew has been with me for well over 16 years. So we just traveled Pluto and Capricorn together. We just made that whole 16-year journey together. And we can start now. This is the other thing I say about cycles and things, y'all. Sometimes when we're in it, we can't tell what's what. We don't know what's changed or transmuted or transcended until we come out of it and we're looking back. So now you're going to look back at your Capricorn department and see what Pluto basically slow dissolved and transformed completely into something new. And so look at your Capricorn department to see what is permanently changed, what's evolved, what has been purified and distilled back to its true essence that ultimately is going to allow you to operate in a clean, integrity, higher level way. Let's put it that way. And then if we look at Capricorn as the council of grandmothers or the council of elders, the wise ones, then we've also distilled and learned so much that it can now become our embodied wisdom because we've had the experience of the last 16 years. This is powerful, y'all. Just take note of the shift because we've been on the cusp for a year or two. It takes a year or two for Pluto to get on and get into the new sign. But come 2025, that's it. When it retrogrades, it'll be retrograding and going direct in Aquarius from here on out. So know that that process of transformation you can now co-create with, because I've alerted you to it. And even if you just set a little intention, like for the highest good of all involved, may that be the path that unfolds for you. You can keep it that simple, or you can go deep and now start looking at your Aquarius house. But deep, deep soul level dives, honey. When Pluto's involved, we do not get to play in the shallow end at all. Sorry for that off-roading, but I guess this week is good since it's so brief. And then we jump to Thursday the 24th for Mars, which I've also mentioned, is going into its retrograde zone, which means it's going to start doing its couple of activations 3 times over. This is the first hit. This is the warm-up. This is the awakening and the alert to your system that Mars is about to rewire who you are and what you want in the Cancer and Leo departments of your chart. So think about that too. Know that Mars resets every 2 years, and we get to upgrade who we are and what we want on a deep level, whatever sign it falls in. But this Cancer Leo department, it hasn't done this since the 80s. So it's very juicy to co-create with Mars this way and to work with your identity and your desires and the things that you really want, because society will try to lock you in and make you, lock in on one thing, and you change, you evolve, you might want something different. And Mars rules our actions and choices. So with it slowing down, getting ready to go backwards, we need to slow down and not actually make big, huge moves until things shake out after this. So we're going into a zone where action and choices could be a little restricted, and that could cause some frustration and shadow Mars to pop out. Anger, lashing out, being indiscriminate with your anger, tit for tat mentality, all that's out there, okay? And a Mars retrograde can really stir it up because, the average person walking down the street may not know what these energies are, but they're still feeling them. And that can cause even more fear and frustration and craziness. So let's slow down. Let's schedule ourselves a little light if possible. Cancer Leo is very personal, so it's self-care and self-love that we need to be thinking about anyway. But this is the first one where it's going to sextile Uranus. Oh, I remember this one. This one's kind of special because they're both going to shift. Mars in Cancer sextiles Uranus in Taurus, but then Uranus is going to move into Gemini and Mars is going to move into Leo, and it just so happens to stay a sextile. Sometimes that changes to a square. But here you're just going to be dealing with different sign lessons, which is part of the cleanup that Mars is doing through 2 different houses, right? So we know that we want Uranus to liberate us and help us have the breakthroughs. Let's call that in your Cancer Leo house, so that this good opportunity for it to zap it is actually works in your favor, right? Let's say. And then the other thing to consider is the description, and let's modify that for the retrograde. This is their first notification that this is what Mars is trying to change. And Uranus is always trying to change something. So them together with this is pretty interesting anyway. The first hit is going to be this week on October 24th, Thursday. And then the second hit when it's retrograde will be January 23rd. And the final hit will be April 4th. And so because of that, I also talk about this Mars process as an 8-month investment for a 16-month return, which creates the 24-month Mars cycle. So let's know that this too is kind of a long-term process in months anyway, not years like Pluto, but months of recalibrating who you are and what you want in this area and allowing Uranus to help you do that change or make those changes. This energy gives you the inspiration and original ideas that will fuel new action steps in your personal life. Patience and discipline are not the theme when these two get together, so beware of any urge to change just for the sake of change. But if you're ready for a radical shift within or around you, then this activation could give you the clarity to break through any long-standing blockages. This energy, when consciously directed, can actually break you out of any ruts that you've been in, inspire and motivate you to authentic change. You have energy and the illuminating aha moments which will propel you to a new enlivened state of being. Although it may upset folks around you who would rather keep things status quo, think outside the box, improvise, try something new or in a new way, engage in activities that you've never tried, and try to connect with a new and different circle of people. Okay, this is how we really get out of our ruts and we learn something new and we see things from another perspective. But again, this is going to be a process. So start tracking, start looking for that inspiration and original ideas, or start looking for the places that you want to break free or have a breakthrough. You know, if you've already been through the breakdown, now it's time for the breakthrough, right? And let's do that consciously, where we choose based on our self-care and our self-love, based on our personal needs. That Cancer is food and shelter, basically. Leo is being your authentic self and being creative and shining your light, not hiding your light under a bushel. You know, so let's be mindful of the upgrades that are going on throughout the fall and winter. So this is a good 6 to 8 month process of recalibrating you internally, because some new things are coming in 25, 26 that are so big in the external, in the social collective realms. They're going to affect us individually, whether no matter how good our boundaries are. So we want to be as strong and fortified from this inside out as possible for when the new era really kicks in. Because when Saturn and Neptune hit Aries, it's a new day, baby. It's a whole new day. It is a new day in the social and collective, and any of us with strong Aries, it's real personal. So just know that this is the incubation. Let's develop in the womb here. Let's develop our ideas. Let's develop our stories. Let's edit our stories to tell something more interesting and uplifting and things like that. Let's clean up and improve things around our environments, simplify our lives, you know, let go, do some change consciously, like choosing change so that change isn't imposed on you. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to do it that way. And if you're new to the community and you haven't heard, there is a Mars replay where we go deep into how it's going to affect us directly as a group, you know, what it's going to do to all of us. And then if you send me a little note that you want your personal activations, I'll make sure you know where it's happening to you personally in your Cancer Leo departments. There are post-call activations that I do with those monthly calls that we do so that you can know where it's going to hit you. So I'm going to put the replay in here so it's convenient on the blog. And the link to the community event page is where you would submit a registration and request your personal activations. So after the Mars replay, at the end of the blog, we have the Scorpio articles because we're moving into Scorpio territory. We're still in October though, so Raven Medicine is our October medicine, animal medicine. The Power Circle subscription is a way to get your personal activations each month and some lunar tools and bonus goodies and everything in one place kind of thing. Very good to have and an easy way to support the site. The Astro Tarot reading is my signature reading. It's kind of 2 for 1, where we look at your cycles and we do a here and now question with the tarot. The Karmic Tools affiliate program is a way to get a little kickback, and I'm very grateful to those who share my links all around the world. And if you are new to the community, then the Soul Sisters Circle invitation video at the bottom of the blog is always good because it gives you a little bit of my story and background, the core values that run through all my circles, and let you know where we're coming from with all this animal medicine and earth and sky and all the things I'm always talking about. All right, y'all. Short and sweet week. Prepare yourself for a little more intensity on the last week of October, first week of November. We are deep in ancestor season. Make some time for that too. Light some candles, put a glass of water, put it near a window with the moon, and invite some guidance from your ancestors on 2024 and closure. What did you actually accomplish? What did you get done? What did they love? What did they want more or less of? And then ask them for guidance on 2025 because it's coming and we got to get ready. So no events for me this week other than classes. So join us when and where you can. Reach out when you need to. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off. Have a fantastic week.